My name is Sean McKenzie, and welcome to Social Butterfly. Social Butterfly is a gateway to help your business utilize social networking as a powerful component of your advertising and marketing efforts. But before I get into how you can do that, let me first tell you why you should. To a lot of independent businesses, the internet is still a new and perhaps even frightening technology. But right now, there are consumers entering the marketplace who have never known life without the internet. These new internet-savvy consumers have spawned what are called social networks: MySpace, Facebook, Twitter, etc. What started out as a simple way for college kids to get to know one another has turned into a worldwide revolution for communicating and networking. You need only watch the news to see that the role of these networks is changing not only the World Wide Web, but the world itself. Social networks are changing the way people communicate, receive news, express themselves, and most important to small businesses, how they learn about new products and services. This new integration has been dubbed Web 2.0. The World Wide Web hasn't changed, but the way people access information and connect with it certainly has. I know for you online novices this all sounds overwhelming or difficult, but it's actually quite simple. Think of it as a return to yesteryear. Years ago, consumers had a personal relationship with the people they did business with. You knew your butcher, you knew your grocer, and they knew you. Enter the industrial age, where efficiency and price began to trump personalization. People cared less about who they bought from or where they shopped, as long as the goods were cheap and convenient for them to get. Then the internet came along, and personalization begins to get wiped out altogether. In fact, the internet seemed to have wiped out any salesmanship at all. It was completely transactional. If you had the cheapest price, you got the sale. No human contact necessary. Of course, we put up business websites, according to our budgets, because everyone told us we were crazy if we didn't. However, without adequate funds to drive any traffic to our websites, our sites, much like our yellow pages and newspaper ads, were soon eclipsed by powerful and fancier sites backed by corporate dollars, offering what appeared to be untouchable pricing. Business relationships, and subsequently service, began to wane. But now with the advent of Web 2.0, we are starting to see those relationships returning. Social networks now allow businesses to connect with their customers on a personal level once again. Once again, we have the chance to differentiate our businesses from faceless big box stores or discount warehouses. Consumers are realizing the value of the services they lost. The very nature of advertising and marketing is changing right now. Integration of Web 2.0 means that the web presence of your business will no longer be overshadowed by large corporations with massive budgets. In fact, you now have the advantage. Your company has a face and a personality. Web 2.0 offers a tremendous opportunity for small businesses to recapture the deserved place in the hearts and minds of consumers. My partners and I witnessed these trends early on and began to advise our colleagues to take advantage of social networks to connect with customers. There was one problem. The websites of most small businesses could not easily connect with social networks. Their static read-only nature made it difficult to keep up with the interactive nature of social networks. We aspired to create a new web platform with which any novice can create, customize, and edit a dynamic new website on their own. A website that can easily connect with the world's most powerful social networks. We call it Social Butterfly. Social Butterfly is easy to use. Each site you create has a login and password that enables you to access a control panel where you can edit your site, add pages, change text, add pictures, logos, videos, and much more. Social Butterfly will enable you to take advantage of the viral nature of social networking to spread the word about the products you sell or the services you provide, and it won't cost you a dime. The internet has now been around long enough to spawn the so-called digital natives. There are now consumers entering the market who have never known life without the internet. We knew their buying habits would differ from Generation X and their free-spending baby boomer parents. We also knew that due to their connectivity, the internet would play a vital role in reaching them. What we did not expect was that they would tip the world of marketing and advertising upside down. There is a revolution going on in the world of marketing and advertising right now, and it is coming at the hand of online social networks. The younger generations entering the workforce are now showing us a level of connectivity and transparency that was never thought possible or even desirable, and they are dragging their parents and grandparents along for the ride. In their wake, they leave a graveyard of embarrassingly slow and limited traditional forms of media. Newspapers, radio, direct mail, yellow pages, all still very expensive and now very inefficient means of communication. This type of traditional advertising, or paleo media, utilized the costly net that was thrown into a vast sea of consumers in order to produce impressions. Impossible to monitor its effectiveness with any certainty, businesses settle for a paltry 2% return. Marketing with social networks requires you to build your consumer contacts from the bottom up. Like a coral reef, it grows over time. There are companies right now that are connected to thousands of their customers, and they can be reached 24/7 for free. The one key principle to remember when attempting to market with social network is that relationships beat transactions. Building a relationship with your customer or your prospective customer has never been easier. Social networks act as a virtual bullhorn, the new word of mouth, which has always proved to be the most successful way to promote your business. No small business can afford not to utilize these powerful new tools. All that is needed is the willingness to spend time each day connecting and sharing.